Isabel, and I'm so very happy to be back filming with you guys and back in the setup that I have missed too here in my studio office. So I'm so excited to bring you guys this video because I have gotten so many questions and so many requests to do a video on just girl boss, being a girl boss, being an entrepreneur, working at home. There's so many different videos out there, girl boss routines and habits and things like that. And I think it's really important that if you are a new entrepreneur, you're kind of lost in the whole girl bossing thing. It's really important to have just a few essentials down for your mindset, because odds are you have your own business. It might be online, it might not, but it's important to have kind of like a foundation for your entrepreneurial life. And it's important when you're working from home to just try different things that work for you, especially if you're having a bit of difficulty in your journey. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about my girl boss essentials, just the things that have helped me stay on track, especially when I lose motivation or I feel like I need to work towards my goals a little bit more, or just to stay organized or stay on track. When you work from home, organization is key, and it is probably the number one thing that causes people to struggle with their business, because they're not organized and because they don't stay diligent to a schedule, or they just struggle staying on top of things. So what has helped me ever since I discovered this about a year ago is my infinite agenda. So here I have the undated version of my infinite agenda. If you guys go watch my law of attraction routine, I do go in depth on how these agendas are and how I work with them. And I'm also going to put out a video in a few days about how I actually plan out my week and things like that, so you guys can get an idea. But this is the cute undated blush and rose gold undated planner. These are brand new from my infinite agenda. They launched last month, and what's so beautiful about these is that you can get these at any time of the year, and you can literally write in the dates on each and every page and use it for whichever month you wish to start. So you can buy these in March or April. What I'm really loving about this year's my infinite agenda for 2019 is that they are including the stickers inside of the book. So my infinite agenda is beautiful because it incorporates the law of attraction with gratitude and with your daily planning. And right here, this is my current one, my 2018 one, which is about to be retired after December. This is the beautiful big blush one. So it is the larger original version of the smaller undated one. So it's really up to you which my infinite agenda works for you. So you can go for the undated one if you want something a little bit more portable. You can travel with it, stick it in your backpack or your bag, and it just goes anywhere with you. And it's basically a condensed version of the bigger one. In the beginning of each and every My Infinite Agenda are these pages here where you can basically create a dream board and write out your big goals and plans for the year. So if you buy one now, you can start in January and begin building the life you want. So this has a page that says, I'm grateful for, the gifts in my life include, I feel so thankful for, when I think of my life, it is so incredible that ... Flip over here, and these are for short-term goals. So here, what are your short-term goals? So here it says, I am excited to receive, you fill that in. I'm looking forward to the success of, you fill that one in. It is so wonderful that, and you fill this one in. And then here are long-term goals. Next year, I see myself, ... In 5 years, my life will include ... So really, my infinite agenda is so special, and especially if you want to give it to a gift to a fellow girl boss that is in the market for an agenda. But it is just so important. It is so key that if you are an entrepreneur, you have a daily planner and a planner that is both personal and for your business. So for me, this one I'm using for next year. This is going to be my personal one. And of course, the vibe for 2019 is going to be this beautiful Tiffany blue teal color, which I'm absolutely in love with. So this is going to be my business planner. This is where I'm going to put everything that relates to YouTube, my podcast, and my other projects that I'm going to be introducing next year. So I'm really excited about this one. And you can see how the 2019 dated planners also have a sticker sheet set in the front. And also, if you need a refill for your sticker sheet set, they also come like this. I just opened into mine. So reminder, appointment, to-do list stickers, check off stickers, don't forget to buy all that stuff. It's so much fun. It's so unique that it mixes the law of attraction into the planner. You guys know I go on and on about gratitude, and gratitude is what keeps me going when things get rough for me, just in my personal life or in my business. So in the large planners, and each month you get your very own dated calendar. You flip the page and then you have the daily calendar. The daily calendar has a place for you to write down your tasks and also go into gratitude and things you are looking forward to. As an entrepreneur, you will have difficult days. You will have days where you don't feel like working. You will have days where it just gets rough for you. So you have to make sure that you are focusing on being grateful and in the things that you already have in your life that you are looking forward to. And you won't get discouraged when things get tough. If you guys want to get your very own, the link is down below, as well as a coupon code. So please use my code to get your very own. And if you're new to the law of attraction, this is a beautiful way to incorporate it into your daily routine without it feeling like a chore. It feels fun, it feels good. Every time I write in my planner what I'm grateful for, it just feels like it's sending it out directly to the universe. I feel like I am working directly with the universe when I work with my infinite agenda. It is just so special, it's so precious, and I truly enjoy working with it. So next tip I have for girl bosses, and my next essential, are journals. So these are my current journals that I'm working out of, and here's another one. This is for YouTube. So I have a journal for my podcast. So this is how I plan out my podcast. I have a video on how I plan my life. I did it last year. I will link it down below because my routine is basically the same. But here I plan out my podcast episodes. These are all from Home Goods, by the way. Home Goods has the best selection of journals you could ever get. This one says She is Magic, that one. You can see it is very well loved, and I love these because they remind me of my infinite agenda with the foil. Look how pretty. I just think that is so elegant. It looks so pretty sitting on your shelf. This one, I basically write out my morning routines. I change up my routine almost every day just to keep things fresh. So I write it out the night before. I journal in here. And I also write out anything I'm grateful for, just any notes that I want to take. This one is mostly personal, and journaling is so important whenever you do work for yourself, or just in general. Everyone needs to journal, but more so if you are your own boss, because you have to stay on top of yourself, of your well-being, stay on top of who you are. We let our business or our YouTube channel or whatever it is that you're working on, we allow it to overtake our life, and we never really disconnect. That is something that I learned the hard way, that as an entrepreneur, you never really stop working. You're always thinking, you're always trying to figure things out, you're always trying to find solutions or create new ideas, and it's like your mind is never off of work mode. So this is a really great way for me just to check into how I'm feeling on a daily basis, and also just staying on top of the self-help work that I do for myself. This other journal is also kind of like a journaling. This is where I write in my manifestations if I'm scripting. I have a whole video on my scripting routine too, so I will link that down below just in case you guys want some ideas on how to use a journal like this. This is also from Home Goods, and it's this beautiful marbly color. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. This one here says Boss Babe on it, which is perfect. Also has the cute little gold foil. This is where I write down all my business ideas. Projects that I'm working on, I work it out through here because I'm a pen and paper kind of girl, if you can't tell. I know that there's so many ways online to write out your ideas and create plans and business plans and things like that. But for me, it's really important just to write things down and have things tangible. And I love having these because I can collect these and I can look back on them as I progress just through life. I look back at my journals from last year and the year before, and it's so cool just to see how I progress, not only with my YouTube and my social media, but also just personally with my own self-growth. It's so empowering. And then of course, here's my YouTube one, which is also from Home Goods, which I'm almost out of, well actually no, I actually have quite a bit more space here. But as you guys can see, these right here, these tabs are videos that I have planned out and I need to film. And then here are videos that I have already filmed and planned out, and I keep them as reference just in case I want to reference back to them, because there's a lot of good ideas. I'm sure a lot of you guys would like photocopies of all the notes, all of these video plans that I have, because there's a lot of good info in here. I flesh out almost every idea I have for a video. I think every woman who is working on her business and working on self-improvement needs to have journals in their life. Writing things out is so therapeutic, and it's something that I used to roll my eyes at, and I used to be like, when am I gonna be writing stuff out? Like, I don't want a diary. I grew out of my diary phase when I was like 12, you know? But it really helps to have all this stuff, and then you can refer back to it. My next tip is to create a vision board. Now guys, I usually create a vision board about once a year. So I'm not gonna create a new vision board quite yet. I'm gonna create a new vision board about February or March when my other one has been finished manifesting. But I always keep my vision board in my office in view. And I always revisit my vision board when I'm feeling low in vibration or just low in motivation and I need to get back in my goals. And you guys have no idea how much this vision board has helped me in my journey, and having it up here on my wall is so incredibly powerful for me. And if you guys want any ideas on how to make a vision board, I made one for this vision board right now that I have up. I will link it down below as well. I go super in depth. When it comes time for me to create a new vision board, I'll walk you guys through that process as well in about a month or so, because it is something that you want to keep updating. And as you manifest things on your vision board, you want to take them off. But I like to keep everything up because it's just pretty photos that really inspire me. In about a month, when it's time to change it, I'll look back and I'll be like, are these still my goals? Do I need to keep focusing on them, or should I revisit them at a later date, and should I keep working towards them? Are they still what I want, versus have I manifested them, versus do I still want to keep working towards them? It's really beautiful just to have a visual reference of your dreams and your goals. If you want to create your own dream board, I highly recommend it. And my final tip, podcasts and books. You guys know I have my own podcast. It's called Taking Back Your Power. I highly recommend it if you are a girl boss, or you're just on a spiritual journey, or just a journey of self-improvement. I have a new episode up every single Monday, and I also have an Instagram account for Taking Back Your Power. It's at Taking Back Your Power. So if you are into podcasts, maybe try mine out. You might like it. But I'm just going to mention some of the podcasts that have helped me in my entrepreneurial journey. The one that has inspired me so much is Kalyn's Coffee Talk. Now, Kalyn Nicholson is a YouTuber, and she is incredible. I love her. I just vibe with her so much. I feel like I would be her best friend. So another one that I really love, and it actually inspired me to get into podcasting about a year ago, was Style Your Minds podcast by @thechampagne_diet on Instagram. Her name is Kara. She's incredible. She is a girl boss in every sense of the word, and she's really inspired me on my journey. I also love Gary Vee. We all know I talk about Gary Vee all the time. He has a YouTube channel, but he also has a podcast called The Gary Vee Audio Experience, which I would highly recommend to all of you who are just in an entrepreneurial journey, wanting to get some inspiration. He is incredible, and I love his podcast because it's not just like huge 30-minute long podcasts. It's a lot of it is like short little tidbits, short little clips here and there of really important info he gives out. He is just loaded with amazing info. So you can just listen to him and you will learn so much from him. I also love How I Built This by Guy Raz. The Influencer podcast is another great one, especially those of you who want to become social media influencers, or those of you who are inspired by a lot of social media influencers. They really get into the nitty-gritty about business, about making money, about marketing, about all types of stuff. So check out her podcast as well. The Angie Lee Show, she's amazing. I think she's so funny and so relatable, and she brings business and marketing and all that into just a more relatable way. It feels like you're talking with your best friend about business, and it's so fun to listen to, and you learn so much from her. And I will link below all the podcasts that I love. I'll put all the information down below, and any ones that I have that I might have missed. But podcasting, guys, is so incredible if you're a listener. These podcasts have so much info, especially if you look up to the person making the podcast. A lot of times they put a lot of personal stuff in there that really helps you and you really relate to and connect with people. I just love podcasting as a platform in so many ways. It's definitely probably becoming my favorite platform. I know, sorry YouTube, but I love podcasting and I love listening to podcasts. So if you guys have any podcasts you like, please comment them down below. I would love to hear from you. So books, I'm going to refer right here to my floor, and I'm going to make a whole video on all the books that have resonated with me and hopefully will be part of your reading list for the coming year that have really helped shape me into who I am. But in this video, I'm just going to talk talk about books that are more business and psychological books that will help you women who feel like maybe you've been held back in a way, or just want to take the plunge and want to be inspired to start your entrepreneurial journey. First book, You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. She just came out with a new book, which I don't know why I haven't bought it yet. It's You Are a Badass Every Day, How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life. I love this book because she goes in depth into almost every facet of your life, from financial to the law of attraction to just breaking out of your shell and finally doing the things you wanted to do. And it's just one of those books that it inspires you to start living your life on your terms. And this is a good book to start off with if you are new to the self-help category, because it's just so relatable and so fun. For me, it really inspired me a couple years ago when I first read it too, or maybe was it a year ago? I don't remember, but when I first read it, it just inspired me to just go after what I wanted in my life. Okay, so I basically have my whole bookshelf here. So these are the books that have inspired me the most, just business-wise, I guess, and some of them are self-help and inspirational spiritual books, but we really need all of those things in order to be successful. So Give and Take is a really amazing business book because it almost is about the law of attraction, basically being a giver in business or in your professional life. Even if you're getting into politics, being a giver, a lot of times people see that as bad, that you're going to be taken advantage of, but this tells you about how being a team player, being a giver instead of a taker or a matcher, makes you more successful in the long run. This is a book that I read whenever I was like 18 years old, and I hadn't even thought about being an entrepreneur. Actually, I did want to start a business back then, but I was only 18 and I didn't really have an idea. And I love how it has a lot of historical references, a lot of historical stories, and just real life stories to show you how this philosophy of giving is a lot better. And this one is by Adam Grant. He's an amazing author for business. Next is The 4-Hour Workweek. This is for any new entrepreneur that is just starting out and wants to live the 4-hour work week and kind of like the laptop lifestyle. This is a great inspirational book. It's by Tim Ferriss, who's also very popular in the business entrepreneurship world. If you just want to start a business but have no idea how or when or why, this is also a great inspirational book for that. Okay, this is a really, really crazy book, and it's awesome for those of you who are more interested in the psychological aspect of power and how people gained power. This is called The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. He's also an incredible one. He also wrote The Art of Seduction, which is a great book too. But this book right here is one of those books where you do not want to practice what it teaches you unless you want to be a cutthroat evil person. Really, it's not a book to base your life upon, but it is knowledge that everyone needs to know. We all need to know why people do certain things, how people get into power, how people manipulate others to get into power, how others lose power. It's so important just in whatever realm of business or in life to know these 48 laws. I highly recommend it. It is not a feel-good book at all. It kind of makes you feel bad about humanity and probably question your faith in humanity, but it is a very interesting read. I enjoyed everything, and it is so huge. I highlighted it so much. I actually studied this book, and I still keep in mind a lot of the things that it teaches. Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. This is one of those books where if you are a person who is debating leaving their 9-to-5 job or their safe and cushy job to pursue a passion project or to make their passion their paycheck, this is a beautiful book to read because it is about embracing the creativity inside of you and not really waiting for a permission slip to live your life creatively and do the things you've always wanted. So it is a book really geared a lot towards artists or writers or maybe even content creators. If you want to start a YouTube channel or anything like that, this is a great book to start, and it is by Elizabeth Gilbert, who is the author of Eat, Pray, Love. I mean, how amazing is that? So I really love this book. It is more self-help inspirational more than it is a business book per se, but it is good for those of you who are starting your journey or maybe feel a little bit of lackluster in your entrepreneurial journey or just need some inspiration or motivation to go for your dreams and do what you've always wanted to do. Next book I have here is Rework by Jason Fried and David Heinemeier Hansen. This is one of those books that is very underrated. I don't ever really hear people talking about rework. It challenges a lot of the beliefs that you may have about business. Maybe you have traditional business school beliefs, and that is what is holding you back from creating a business you know and love, or creating the business of your dreams, or being successful in your business. This is a great book for those of you who want to challenge any subconscious limiting beliefs you may have on the way business is done. I love the back of the book. ASAP is poison. Underdo the competition. Meetings are toxic. Fire the workaholics. Emulate drug dealers. Pick a fight. Planning is guessing. Inspiration is perishable. So this is just one of those books that everyone needs to read. Everyone needs to have in their arsenal. Very to the point, and it really helps you rewire your idea of business. All right guys, so that is it for today's video. I hope it helped you and inspired you. I hope these essentials that work for me will inspire you and also help you along your entrepreneurial girl boss journey. And doesn't matter where you are in your journey, these are essentials for me that have helped me so much to get where I am. Even if you're a beginner, even if you're far along, it's always important to kind of find things that will help challenge you, inspire you, and create better routines for you so that you can create a business that you love, be profitable in your side hustles or in your main hustle or whatever it is, your creative endeavors that you may be going for. It takes a lot to be a girl boss, and it takes a lot to commit to this lifestyle, but I promise you it is so worth it when you just open yourself up to new things and new possibilities. And a lot of these things are no-brainers for a lot of people. Try it. You'll see how little things, or tweaking little bitty routines every single day, can beget favorable results and beget big changes in your life. So guys, if you want to start the new year on a good foot, please get your very own My Infinite Agenda. You guys will not be disappointed. You can also get your undated planner, and you can buy this for a gift. This can be given to anyone any time of the year. You can get it any time of the year. Don't forget to use my code for 15% off, Isabel15, to get your very own. You don't want to miss out. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and it was helpful to you, please be sure to give me a thumbs up, or leave me any comments down below of any girl boss tips that you may have to help others out. And also let me know of any podcasts or books that you want me to check out that are great for entrepreneurs or just being your best self. Don't forget to check out my podcast, Taking Back Your Power. The link is always down below and available on Apple Podcasts, on Android, on Anchor, on Spotify, on Podbean, on all types. I think it's on about 12 or 13 platforms. So link is down below. I highly recommend you listen to it on Anchor. I talk about a lot of things that I don't talk about on YouTube on my podcast, and I do go into a lot of detail and things like that. So check it out, and don't forget to subscribe to see more videos from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love each and every one of you, and always remember, no matter who you may be in this life, no matter what your entrepreneurial journey may be like, or no matter what you may do for a living or what you look like, your true beauty, your true worth, and your true power always come from within. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.